2022 Houston Livestock Show. The chairman of the board of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo is Mr. Brady Caruth. The president and CEO is Dr. Chris Bowman, and the show's vice president in charge of the livestock arenas is Mr. Chris Underbrink. My name's Colonel Mike Jackson, and I'm from Sugar Land, Texas. Other arena directors that will be working today, Mr. Jim Cooper from Belleville, Texas. Thinking you're doing the Reds. And also we have Mr. Harvey Baring doing the Brahman show. He's from Orange Grove, Texas. And we work for Miss Julie Bass, the Chief Missions Officer. We also work for Carl Hentz, the Director of the Houston Livestock Show, and Mr. Kyle Walker, Cheyenne Griffin, and Ms. Ashley Abston, all assisted in setting up this year's show. The Assistant Show Superintendent for Operations, who sets up the arena for us and for the viewers, is Mr. Gary Don Odom from Fort Worth, Texas. The Open Breeding Beef and Youth Cattle Superintendent is Mr. Wes Allison, and he is President of the Heart of Texas Fair and Rodeo in Waco, Texas. Wes Assistant Superintendents that will be in the ring today is Dr. Jason Clear of Madisonville, Dr. Jeff Ripley of Franklin, Dr. Chase Runyon of San Angelo, Mr. Justin Kofel from Waco, and Dean Fox from Burton, Texas. Also, ladies and gentlemen, the Livestock Committee Chairman is Miss Laura Taylor. She's worked extremely hard all year with her committee, and we appreciate her help. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the invocation and our national anthem.
Please bow your heads with me. Heavenly Father, thank you for this opportunity to come together in the spirit of competition. Be with all our competitors, our exhibitors, our show officials, and the judges as they go through this day. Thank you for letting us gather in the sake of agriculture. Thank you for letting us gather in the sake of camaraderie. But most appropriately, thank you for letting us gather to glorify your name, and let all we do today signify our belief in you as our Lord and Savior. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Thank you, Dean.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On the red side, we have our Brahman Bull Show. We don't. Is that everybody in that room? And we'll be starting with our first division of red Brahmans this morning. In Class 28, we have 4 entries in our bull show. This is our July through August born bulls.
Ladies and gentlemen, over here on the east side of the main arena, we're going to get started with our American Red Brangus show. Our first class this morning is Class 1, your summer heifer calves. Single entry, this calf was born 21 May of 2021. We sure would like to welcome and thank Mr. Dave Allen of Nocona, Texas, for being our judge here today in the American Red Brangus show. Has an animal science degree from Texas A&M University and his graduate work at Michigan State University. He has 45 years of raising and showing cattle throughout the country, including national champions in 5 different breeds. Previous major shows that he's judged have been Houston, Denver, Kansas City, Louisville, Fort Worth, Phoenix, and 6 different breed junior nationals. He has a wife, Becky, and 3 sons, Tyler, Mason, and Landry. And his hobbies include showing cattle with his family and coaching Little League sports. Mr. Dave Allen, we sure do appreciate you coming out here this morning and helping us put on this great show.
And ladies and gentlemen, over in the Brahman arena on the west side, we're pleased to have back with us today our judge, Mr. Brandon Couture. He is from Wharton, Texas. No stranger to this arena, having exhibited here for many years. Brandon holds a BS degree in agricultural economics from Mississippi State University, and he has been globally recognized for his experience in Brahman pedigree knowledge and performance standards and genetic improvement. Brandon brings over 20 years of Brahman breeding experience together with his
Good morning, everyone. Here live in the arena. Once again, we're bringing you the bull show today. Very glad to be here. We had tremendous response to our live stream yesterday. So really glad to be here. And again, thank you to all of our sponsors. We are starting with class number 28. These are going to be red summer bull calves July 1st through August 31st. So we are looking at 4 entries in the arena right now. We're going to have Carrier Cattle Company, Bendy Cattle, Walters Livestock, and La Muneca should be bringing up that end entry. Sometimes my book gets out of order, guys, so we'll do the best we can to let you guys know who is in the arena. He is pulling from 4th to 1st. So it looks like the Bendy entry is going to be 1st. It looks like the Bendy entry will be 1st. We're going to listen to the judge. Now today, guys, when you hear the judge in the background, it is because we have 2 arenas going at once today. So we have 2 arenas going at once. Judge has to wait until he can get the microphone so he can talk. So our first place winner is going to be this Mr. CB Buddy. Mr. CB Buddy, he is going to be entry number 1395. That looks like he is going to be first. And then it looks like in second, we're going to have the Walters Livestock entry. The Walters Livestock entry, which is going to be Walters
bulls to get started this morning. The bull I'm going to start out with, he's a bull that combines the most good things. Not only can he get around the ring and travel well and handle his skeleton on the move pretty easily, he's got a lot of depth, he's got a lot of capacity, but he adds it with some top shape and some width when you get in behind him. Really like the breed character and the hump placement on that calf. Good job. Next bull we've got here, it's another one of those really nice and attractive kind of bulls. A bull that's really streamlined and strong in his top. Probably doesn't handle his hind leg just as nice as the first bull that we have up here, but still a really attractive, nicely balanced young bull. Then we've got the high volume, deep rib bull that's got a lot of arch and turn to it. A bull that's not quite as smooth as I would like him to be, and he's too heavy in his sheath for my taste today as well. And but if you need a bull that needs to add some capacity and bone, this one can do it. And then we round out the class with a young bull that's nice and attractive in an eye appeal standpoint. However, we just need to mass him up just a little bit to go with that added frame.
And we thank you for the overview of our first class here, Class 28, your summer bull calves, and taking the blue
Everybody,
first place.
all right, everybody, as we were talking, first place was entry number 1395. That's going to be Mr. CB Buddy, 34, and that is exhibited by Bendy Cattle. So congratulations to Mr. CB Buddy and Bendy Cattle. And then, of course, in second, we had the Walters Miles Rojo 522 Walters Livestock. Let's go back and talk about place winner is going to be an NV Chief Big Mac 7/16, which is a son of Maximus. And then on the bottom side, he's going to be Miss CB Thelma, which is going to be a Mr. CB George daughter. And then the second place winner was a Mr. CB Rocky son out of the Walters Joy Rojo, which is a smoking gun daughter. So congratulations. We're moving into class number 29 right now. Class 29 is going to be the late spring bull calves, May 1st through June 30th. Okay, now this is going to be a slightly larger, a very large class. We have a lot of cattle coming in the arena. A lot of cattle coming in the arena here. Good morning, Raul. Raul, it is so good to see you this morning. We're glad you're watching with us. Raul has traveled all the way from Chiapas, Mexico. He is one of our very special advertisers. I think his ad is on page 19 of this March edition of the magazine. That's Rancho Montebello, and you can see his ad there, his beautiful cattle. And I invite everyone to come to Mexico with us when we travel that way for the shows, because it is always exciting to be there and see some of those great cattle that the breeders in Mexico have in their Brahman herds. We had a great time in Palenque as well as in Tuxtla Gutierrez with Raul, and we look forward to seeing him soon at all the rest of the Mexico shows we'll be traveling to. I heard that Tuxtla is going to be happening again in December. We're trying to work out those dates with that and find out when that will happen. So super excited, and absolutely, Raul's going to come by later today and come visit with us. So that is great. Maybe he can come to the booth area and give us a shout out and talk about his program just a little bit. Always great to talk to our great Brahman breeder friends. And I think we might have Iran say a little bit about that in Spanish.
Claro que sí, vamos a tener el evento de Tuxtla en diciembre. Aún estamos trabajando los días que se van a hacer, pero les tendremos más información pronto y podemos hablar al respecto. Les recordamos que el día de hoy estamos teniendo 2 juzgamientos en ambos lados de la pista, por lo que oyen al fondo no es la voz de nuestro juez. Entonces, cuando nuestro juez hable, compartiremos su micrófono para poder escucharlo claramente. Les invitamos a que se unan con nosotros. Esta es una gran clase. Compartan en sus grupos de Facebook, compartan en sus grupos de WhatsApp para que más personas puedan ver este show. Hoy es el día de toros, hoy es el último día de juzgamiento y va a ser un gran evento. Así que vamos a ello. Si están por aquí en la pista, les invitamos también a que se nos unan, a que vengan a ver el juzgamiento. Tenemos nuestro stand donde les vamos a atender para que puedan llevarse la revista de marzo, y les recordamos que también estará la señora Victoria Lambert en Panamá la próxima semana o la que sigue en el evento que tienen por allá. Tenemos una gran clase de Brahman rojo, becerros que fueron nacidos entre el mes de mayo y el mes de junio. Esta es la clase 29. Para los que se acaban de conectar con nosotros, en la clase pasada, la clase 28, tuvimos ya los primeros lugares de la clase y ahorita se los vamos a compartir. El primer lugar fue para Mr. CB Body 34. Es un hijo de WCC Maximus Rojo y CBR George. No, perdón. Es un hijo de Chief Big Max y salido de Mississippi Telma, perteneciente a Carry Cattle Company. Y el segundo lugar es de Walter Smiles Rojo 522, hijo de Mr. Sibio Rocky y salido de Walters Joy Rojo de Bendy Cattle. Estas fueron las primeras clases. Ahorita estamos teniendo, les recordamos, la clase 29 del Brahman Rojo, ganado, becerros nacidos en mayo y junio del 2021. Es una clase bastante grande. Nuestro juez está revisando al ganado, a los que nos están escuchando en español, discúlpenme, estamos aquí moviendo también las cámaras para darles las mejores tomas. Y también no se olviden de compartir este video. Cuando terminemos con los becerros, vamos a cortar el video y vamos a iniciar otro para que podamos tenerlos las clases por separado, para si más adelante quieren volver a ver los videos puedan tenerlos por separado y sepan en qué están, a qué video necesitan ir para poder observarlo. No dejen de compartirlo en sus grupos de Facebook, en sus grupos de WhatsApp, compártanlo en su muro, en sus páginas, para que más personas puedan ver este juzgamiento. También estamos subiendo todas las fotos de las clases casi en tiempo real en Instagram. Ayer subimos un montón de fotos que pueden ya ir a ver a nuestro Instagram Brahman Journal. Parece que ya redujeron el número. Estamos ahorita, el juez está haciendo caminar a las 4 con los que posiblemente se vaya. Veremos qué decisión toma.
Texas, serving as your Texas Junior Brahman Association Queen, and Alicia Hayes, who's serving as the Princess for Texas Junior Brahman Association. They've been helping with the awards presentation. Greatly appreciate all of their assistance as well.
Really nice top end of these red Brahman bulls. I really like the way these calves put a lot of good things together in terms of overall eye appeal while still having some mass and relatively sound. The bull I'm going to start off with, the most moderate framed one in the class, but a bull that in relation to his frame size, he's got plenty of depth of body. He's got plenty of turn and shape and arch to his rib. You stand in behind him, he stands with some base width. And when you put this calf into motion, he's probably one of the the freest and smoothest stridest bulls that we have going today. And I do appreciate that he is more moderate in his frame size, because I feel like that's something we need to work on. But I think a nice, complete calf, hard to pick a hole in, and good job. Next bull we've got here, boy, a big ribbed, high volume bull, probably not quite as long bodied in relation to his frame size as the bull on either side of him, but I do like how open he is there in the center portion of his body, how wide he is from pin to pin and stifle to stifle. If I could change him a little bit, he's probably not as free and easy on the move on those back legs, but he's sound enough for me today. But where he gets ahead of the bull in third is that moderation of frame. The bull we've got coming in third, a real attractive bull. I really like that about him. He's super eye appealing. He's getting a little large for my taste, but I like that nice sheath that he brings to us today. Congratulations. Then we've got a nice bull that's very shapely in his muscle. He's big topped, he's big ended. A bull that when you set him into motion wants to get up under himself and duck his pins just a little bit as he travels. Then we've got another nice little bull that's just sound and complete. We just need more of him to move up higher. Congratulations.
Alrighty, so in class number 28, that was class number 29 we just placed. The announcer was off. So class number 29, first place goes to entry 1897. That's going to be Mr. WCC Viceroy Rojo 474/1. That's going to be a Mr. H. Oxford Rojo son out of Miss W.C. Solange. So, yeah, sorry, standing in front of the cameras, y'all need to, thank you guys. Okay, and then in second place we have the CT Mr. HD Rhino. Okay, so in first, sorry, let me get caught back up. In first place, the Mr. WCC Viceroy Rojo was a Watkins Cattle Company entry. And in second place, we had CT Mr. HD Rhino, and that is going to be a Smoking Gun son out of CT Miss Lady May, and that was going to be a J&L Cattle Services. The breeder was Razorback Farm on the second place winner. The owner is Circle T Cattle, and the exhibitor is J&L. On the very first place entry, it was Watkins Cattle Company the whole way. Now we're moving into class number 30. We're only going to have 4 entries in class number 30. Class number 30 right now, these are going to be our bull calves that were calved April 1st through April 30th. We're going to try to catch up on some comments. We've been trying to get some computer issues resolved back at the booth too.
Another excellent class in our
Oh, thank you, Linda, so much for letting us know that you think this looks great. And we're going to go ahead and put up a link to our show program again. Don't forget, look down. There is a link there for the show program so you can watch the show. And then in our first place, the program so you can follow along with us. So in first, again, class 29 was the WCC Viceroy, that's a Watkins Cattle. Second, as we said, that was going to be the CT Mr. HD Rhino, and that is, who do we have right in the screen? Okay, we'll see if we can get them to move just a little bit. Okay.
Really thick heifer in third, tremendous amount of muscle.
There's a lot of give and take, and depending on where you put your emphasis in your breeding program and your selection, this class could even be the opposite way, depending on if that's what you wanted. But the way that suits me today, of the two sounder moving bulls that we have in this class, I'm gonna start with the bull that gives us a little more depth, a little more capacity, a little more overall muscle. Of course, I'd like to change the shape of his navel and clean him up there a little bit, but I like the extra muscle that he's got. But when you ask him to move, he does so nicely. The bull we've got next is one of the nicer sheathed bulls in the class, a bull that's a little more streamlined in his type, but he's sound and he can move, and I think that's extremely important, because to even breed cows, we got to get out there and be able to move. And so that's where how he gets up here. Bull we've got next is my favorite sheathed bull in the class. I like the length of body of this bull. I like the strength of top. You set this bull into motion, he gets a little more restricted on both ends of his skeleton, and that's kind of where he falls today. Then we've got the great big high volume, heavy muscled bull coming next. He's a little off in his front legs for me, and he's in a little more sheath than I sure would like to see. But a class of bulls with a just nice, free and easy moving class winner.
And thanks again for the overview of our placings in Class 31. Taking the blue ribbon there was entry 1483, entry from Dietering Brothers Cattle.
Let's talk cattle here. All right, in class number 30, our class winner is DB Southern Style 1/904, and that is going to be a DB Lincoln son out of the DB Southern Style 1/630. That DB Lincoln, I remember that bull when I took photos of him in Dallas. Tremendous, tremendous bull, super, super dark, really a lot of body to him, really a beautiful red bull. So these are some of his first calves that are starting to show. And then of course in second, and that again was Dietering Red Brahmans as the exhibitor and owner. And then of course in second we had the Tyler Mr. Iman Revelation. That's going to be a little different breeding. That's going to be a CCPR Iman on the top side, and then on the bottom side we're going to have HK Miss America 560. I'm thinking that some of that bloodline on the top side is kind of going back just a little bit to some older cattle, which of course is what can happen when we have all this really great frozen semen. We can go back to some of those older breeders, older cattle. That was Brandy Barnes on the stick. Of course, the breeder is Kenneth Tyler, and the owner is Marshall Wood and Kenneth Tyler. Marshall Wood, his family has been a has been in the Brahman breed for years. I was looking through, visiting with him, and we were talking about the fact that his father used to advertise back in the 70s and all. So that is always really exciting. So again, a great cattle. Now we're moving into class number 31. Class number 31. And I'm thinking that Iran's thrown up the comments for me on all the screens. It gets a little tough in here, guys, because our arena's a little smaller. We've got a few more photographers. They tend to step in front of our camera, and we try to ask them not to, but we do the best that we can. Let us know where you're watching from and what you think about all these great cattle. And thank you guys so much. Okay, buenos dias. Thank you for watching from Costa Rica. Thank you guys for watching from Panama. Jose, I'm going to be in Panama in David in about 2 weeks for the National Brahman Show there. So very excited. And of course, thank you for watching from Mexico. We're very excited. We'll be in Tampico in April. And buenos dias, ¿cómo estás? To everyone, Cesar. And thank you guys for all watching, and I'm so glad you love the Brahman cattle. Again, thank you. And Raul, we already talked to him. We'll be seeing him later.
I've had a really good heifer to win that class. So to me, the most of the best, there's a heifer that sticks out in this division. That'll be the heifer that won the third class. She'll be the champion. We'll go ahead and pull the second place heifer out of them and evaluate her a little bit for a picker reserve.
There's your champion, ladies and gentlemen, entry number 44, female Miss Broken A Jewel, 14J.
Watching from Ontario. Oh, nope, sorry, went to the wrong one. Hey, Reggie, you're in Cat Spring, Texas today? I thought you would be here, Reggie. We'll see you later. And then Linda's watching from Ontario, Canada. So glad that Linda is watching from Canada. Thanks for watching there. We do have a lot of great cattle, Brahman cattle in Canada. Hey, Raul, so glad you're watching from Bucaramanga. Missed seeing you here the last couple of years, but I have talked to Andre. That Andreas is the association president, EVP was what we would call him for the Colombian Association, and we were speaking just the other day that for sure I would need to be there with my team in Colombia for the national show in November, so just got to work that out. So Raul, give me a little shout out. Yes, exactly. Oh, and it's going to be in Bucaramanga, my favorite place to be. That's where the World Brahman Congress was. So very excited. So Raul, give me a little help. Talk to Andreas and tell him he's got to bring the whole team so we can show the world the Colombian cattle like we're showing them the American cattle. So very excited. And YZ Santi Farm, thank you for watching from Thailand. So glad that you're watching.
All right, next up in our American Red Brangus show.
Alrighty, we are in, and we're watching from Oregon. So glad that you're watching from Oregon. Wish you guys could be here. It has just been a tremendous show. Look at this. We have people watching from Thailand. Okay, thank you for watching from Thailand. We've got Mark in Mississippi. Thank you, Mark, from Mississippi, watching there. Maybe next year. And then, hola, Carlos. There. So glad you are watching from Colombia. I hope to be in Colombia with the team in Bucaramanga. We're going to let Iran tell everybody about how we're trying to get to Colombia in November. We need to talk to Andreas.
Hola a todos, esperamos verlos en Bucaramanga. Estamos haciendo los trabajos de pláticas para que nos puedan traer y poder hacer una transmisión como esta a todas las personas del mundo, llevar el ganado de Bucaramanga a todo el mundo a través de nuestras redes sociales, a través de nuestras transmisiones. Esperamos que se pueda realizar. Tenemos que hablar con las personas de Colombia para ver si nos pueden llevar a Bucaramanga y hacer una transmisión como esta para su Nacional del Brahman. Saludos Daniel desde México, Chiapas, y Olga Lucía desde Bucaramanga.
Some super exciting news too. We are going to be in Paraguay with the whole team. Just spoke with Ignacio he's helping put on the World Brahman Congress in Paraguay. And so we were just speaking with him the other day, and we are very excited. They have said that they definitely want our entire team there in Paraguay. So excited about that.
Up here at the class, we don't necessarily have the most powerful bulls, but we've got two of the sounder bulls in the class that have some of the better sheaths. The bull I'm going to start out with, he's one of the sounder bulls, and he does have the better sheath of the top two bulls. You get over the top of him, he's got plenty of muscle and growth and bone for me, but he's really free and easy in his stride. And if these bulls are going to last, and if we're going to spend the time and the money to develop these bulls, and believe me, it costs a lot today to do so, they need to be sound and be able to last and be able to become profitable as they go down the road. And I think this bull does that. He's sound, he's got a good sheath, he's got a good start and a good foundation. Congratulations. The bull we've got next, really like the length of side of this bull, great big old loin in this bull that's got some depth of body to him. I like the red Brahman breed character in terms of his hump placement just directly over his shoulder. His sheath is good enough. I'd like to clean his navel up. He's kind of got that squared off navel up front, and I'd sure like to fix that, but I think he's sound and complete enough. Congratulations. Bull we've got next, another one of the heavier muscle type bulls, bull that's got some bone. You set him into motion, he gets a little more restricted off of his hind leg, a little steeper out of his hip, but he does have that nice sheath about him too. Then if you need a bull that needs to add some growth and performance and bone and size, this is the bull that can do it for you. And he gets out and he travels exceptionally well. He's just got more sheath than I can accept today, but a nice bull if you could clean him up a little bit. The bull we've got next, and same as that last one, but not quite as much of him. Like to clean his sheath up, but he's nice and attractive and can move, but that sheath is just going to bother me a little too much today. And then we round out the class with some bulls. Sheath is the biggest issue, then we kind of sort them on overall quality.
And ladies and gentlemen, we'll have your results for you shortly. We're going to move over to the East Arena for comments on the class.
And the red.
All right, so again, when you start hearing the judge kind of talking while I'm talking, it's because it's not our judge. We have two arenas running at once, so it is pretty intense here today. But that was class number 31, class number 31. Our winner was, So, yeah, we have the wrong stuff, guys, for class number 31 in our comments. That first class, we need to get rid of that comment. Our first place was actually 1829. 1829, which should have been Mr. SNS Frisco, 443/1. That's going to be a Maximus Rojo son out of Miss SNS Blair, which of course they did really well yesterday. They had some class winners there too. So if we could get that handled, guys, and get that changed for class number 31, it was 1829. So we have the wrong information in our comments. And then on we can unstar that, Mr. Iran. There you go. And then in second place, we had 1487. 1487. And Ron, could you text them that that's wrong and we need the correct information, please? Just text them. Yep, thank you so much. Sorry about that. And then class 31, second place was the DB Southern Style 1/895. 1/895. Here we go. There we go. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Sometimes we get really, it gets pretty intense down here. We have so much going on, and my team is amazing. So that was Mr. SNS Frisco 443/1 in that last class winning. And then we have the DB Southern Style, which Iran's going to bring up on the screen for me. DB Southern Style 1/895. That is going to be a Mr. JS Rouge son that was second in that last class. That's a DB Southern Style 396/6 son out of that DB Southern Style female. And everyone in Colombia really knows those DB genetics because they have just knocked it out of the park there in Colombia, which is where we will be soon. So very excited to be heading to Colombia and also Paraguay.
I think we got an excellent pair of heifers out here to represent our two classes. Very feminine heifer.
Okay, we are in class 32, class 32. This is going to be our last class of the Reds, in the calf division, and then we will be moving along into the gray classes.
Put a lot of quality in the female. Then we have a heifer from the second class.
Remember, guys, we're going to go gray classes, and then we're going to go calf champion. And it looks like we have a DB moving up to the top. It looks like we have a DB popping up to the top. It looks like this is going to be the...
But I think very functional, really.
Okay.
Structure. So I think it's very, very close. I like the soundness of the heifer that wins the second class. She'll be the champion in this division. The young man's heifer.
Miss Mandy, you're going to have to help me out here. I think this one got left off the catalog. But we will get you the information.
And your reserve intermediate goes entry number 62, female KWM, Miss Gail Sweetheart.
Okay, I don't have a back number right now. If somebody could help us with a back number there in the arena, it could change. We could, it can always change. Let's see.
Heifer division is going to be class 12, late junior year.
What class is this? This is 32, yeah?
Yes. What is the number that...
We're going to start this class with the sound of moving bulls with the cleaner sheets.
Oh, wait. This might not be a DB. It just might have
Open the door to continue
Jennifer on the
to
stick.
develop into a bull. They've got to be sound.
I bet that's
and,
it.
be able to do their job. I'm going to squeeze the bull that gives us a little more volume, a bull that's a little more
1800.
modern in its frame size.
Okay, that's why I got confused. Okay, guys, yep. Sorry.
He's got a real nice hump. Moves around the ring easy enough for me. Got plenty of bone. I think he's fairly complete in this class. Bull we've got next. Bull that probably getting a little larger in his frame size as we compare him to the other one. I think I'd sure like to could stand to moderate him a little bit, but he's one high volume, big growthy kind of bull, and gives you a pretty good look. Bull we've got next, nice and sound enough. Just got to clean that sheath up, and then we round out the bull show with a bull that I'd like to see move a little easier off his front end, and then a bull that needs to move a little better off of both ends.
And we appreciate the overview from our judge for class 32 in the blue ribbon.
Okay, so in first we had class 18, we had number 1800. Again, I got a little confused, saw Jennifer Parker on the lead, thought it would be the Dietering animal. There wasn't one in here. She was showing her own Mr. CBR Aussie 750/1. That's going to be a Mr. BF Ironman son. Of course, that is a Dietering Red Brahman's partner-owned bull that sired this one out of the Miss CBR Maxi. And we had Jennifer Parker on the stick. I know we had Rodriguez Cattle Services as the exhibitor, but it was actually Jennifer Parker of Collins Brahman Ranch. And in second place, we had entry number 1441. That's going to be the Mr. Red E-Tex 165/1. That was a Mr. Winchester Magnum son out of CT Lady Adelita. and that was East Texas Ranch, but of course it was actually Brandy Barnes, I believe, on the stick, owned by Aidan Chambly and bred by Richard Chambly. So congratulations to you guys. And thank you, thank you. We are looking forward to being in Colombia, so thanks a lot, guys. And then, of course, we are looking to be in Bucaramanga. That's what we're hearing. Bucaramanga will be the location for the national show there in Colombia. So thank you, and just make sure we tell Andreas that he needs to bring the team. I think we had someone wishing Sandra. Did we have somebody wishing some good luck to some people? Oh, watching from Peru. We're there in Peru, absolutely. And of course, Luis is watching from Chiapas. We were just there in December. That was really awesome being there in December. We will be back in Chiapas for the national show. I think they're having an international show then. So thank you guys. That last class, that was the last class of Reds. Again, in that last class, which was class 32, last class of Red Bulls, we had the CBR Aussie Bull win first, and then we had the Mr. Red E Tex Bull win the second place. Okay, this is a little smaller class. We have moved back to class number 28. We are now on class number 28. We're going to get that fixed. We're in class number 28 of the Grays. There you go. In Wisconsin. Thank you so much for watching from Wisconsin. That is super exciting. And don't forget, everyone, please, while you're watching the live stream, pop on over on occasion to our really awesome Instagram page. We have all of the class winners are being posted in real time, so that is always exciting. I just can't say enough about the tremendous team that I have that works with us. They actually do so much better than even I do. It's just amazing. So yeah, so super excited to have the team with us. Here in Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. We're on the green shavings. And we're on the green shavings at Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. And Trish Collins is walking by. I'm sure she's excited because they just had a big class win. Congratulations, Trish.
Thank you. I just raised him.
Oh, you just raised him, but Jennifer showed him. Doing good.
Has an advantage relative to the class. And every one of these heifers has something we'd like to change just a little bit to be the ideal. The heifer that wins, I think, a nice combination.
We're going to go to a little music so that we can finish watching this class, and then we will get you some results.
In his sheath, And I think he's a little more correct in his growth curve as we compare to some of the bulls behind him. So I think this bull's got a bright future. We'll see what he does as he starts to mature and develop. The bull we've got coming in second is a bull that's bigger topped, a bull that's thicker ended, a bull that when you set him into motion, he gets a little straighter off of his hind hock and gets a little bit shorter in his stride. Probably like to tone him down in his frame size for a July calf, but I think he's all right. The next bull we've got here just needs to be a little greener and a little more powerful to rise any higher.
Thank you very much for the overview of our.
Okay, so in class 28, our first place went to 1144. 1144 is Smith Brahmans. That is going to be Mr. JSGF LB Tank. That is going to be a Eli Graham bred, Hayes Collins owned, exhibited by Smith Brahmans. That's a Mr. JS Cajun Tanks 537/5, and that is out of Miss EM 15/1. They were the winner in class 28, which is our first calf class in the grays. And then in second, we had Moreno Mr. Pold Prada. Moreno Mr. Pold Prada is going to be a Moreno Mr. Pold Kiros son out of Moreno Miss Lady Vivian. And again, complete Moreno ranch all the way, as far as owned, exhibited, that sort of thing. So really glad to be here at Houston. They're going to be moving in with the next class, which is going to be class 29. We're going to have our class 29. This is going to be May 1st through June 30th. And I'm going to step aside, and maybe Iran can kind of give you a little bit of information in Spanish for us.
Claro que sí, ahorita estamos empezando la clase 29 de grises, de ganado gris, que son los nacidos en mayo, primero de mayo hasta el 30 de junio del 2021. Y en la clase anterior, tuvimos a los campeones, al primer lugar con Mr. JSGF Lil Tank 130 del 1 y a Moreno Mr. Polet Prada 193 del 1. Ahora estamos viendo entrar al ganado de la clase 29. Careful there. Tuvimos un pequeño incidente, todo está bien ahora. Es la ventaja y desventaja de poder estar en el campo. Estamos muy cerca del ganado, como ustedes pueden observar. Y a veces nos gana la impulsividad, el impulso del ganado. Estamos viendo entrar a la clase 29. Déjenos en sus comentarios desde dónde nos están viendo. Es una clase bastante grande. Vemos que nuestro juez está dividiendo en grupos la clase para poder observarlos y tomar una mejor decisión. Vemos que están entrando más. Habían 3 que no habían entrado a la pista. Edward Corins, saludos desde Coro Falcon, Venezuela. Excelente, gracias por vernos. No te olvides de compartir y comentar acerca del ganado y lo que estamos viendo. Marvin Cordero Zamora, saludos hasta Costa Rica. Estamos también haciendo pláticas para poder ir a Costa Rica en septiembre. Van a tener un show allá y nos gustaría ir a transmitir. Entonces estamos platicando con las personas que están organizando el evento para poder estar en Costa Rica en septiembre. Ojalá y si sea, si llegamos a ir, vayan al evento, acuérdense de nosotros, salúdenos, pasen a saludar durante la transmisión y si nos ven, no olviden dejar sus comentarios también. Esta es una clase bastante grande. Estamos buscando la mejor vista para ustedes. Como podemos ver en nuestra toma, los becerros ya están bastante crecidos, están un poco inquietos, pero ya están en su posición para ser juzgados. Queremos también agradecer al juez Couturier por hacer un excelente trabajo ayer con el ganado, con las hembras Brahman, y por presentarse hoy a hacer un excelente trabajo con los toros Brahman. Ahorita les recordamos que estamos en la clase 29 de Brahman Gris y mientras esta clase se lleva a cabo vamos a agradecer a algunos de nuestros patrocinadores que nos trajeron aquí. Gracias a ellos podemos estar presentes y uno de ellos es Heritage Cow Company, que de hecho ayer tal parece que están sacando a los animales que ya no pasaron o no aprobaron en esta clase, los están dando salida, están pidiendo que se les dé una ronda de aplausos para que puedan participar, porque pudieron participar, perdón. Les decía, ayer Heritage tuvo el honor de ganar gran campeón de la raza gris y gran campeón reservado de la raza gris con unas excelentes hembras. Good morning, Pamela. Entonces, si están por Houston, si los ven, salúdenlos, coméntenles, felicítenlos, díganles que se enteraron por nosotros que fueron campeones. Y otro patrocinador es el show internacional de Miami, el cual se llevará a cabo en abril 8 al 10 y nos dijeron que se extendieron las entradas, por lo que todavía pueden participar. Inscriban a su ganado, inscriban a su ganadería, participen y también visítenlos. Estamos viendo ahorita cómo están colocando los animales y están haciendo caminar a los que tal parece podrían ser los seleccionados. No dejen de participar en el Internacional de Miami, el cual también tendrá una subasta que será el 8 de abril a las 7 p.m. de Magic City. Es una subasta con ganado Brahman de muy buena calidad que representa la calidad de Miami. También agradecemos a nuestro patrocinador Little Pecan, que nos trajo aquí. Tuvieron una muy buena participación. Igual queremos agradecerles. Tienen un stand acá, vayan a saludarles, visítenlos, vean qué están ofreciendo, porque traen muy buen ganado. Y como siempre también queremos agradecer a nuestro patrocinador Elgin Breeding Service. Ellos siempre han estado con nosotros, nos han ayudado. Colectan semen de todo Estados Unidos para poder venderlo. Tuvimos una plática con ellos el miércoles y tienen semen de toros que incluso ya no están con nosotros. Tienen semen de toros que tienen más de 50 años y es de muy buena calidad, está garantizado. Visítenlos, hagan su trabajo con Elgin Breeding Service. Estamos tratando de tener la mejor toma para ustedes y regresamos a las cámaras principales. Set smile says good.
A very functional heifer from the second division. In terms of feet and legs, maybe as nice as any that I've walked through the ring today.
Leave your comments about what you think about the cattle we are seeing right now. Let us know what you think. Let us know
Opens up in terms of a rib, and it has some boldness and some spring.
which one would you choose. And also tell us where are you watching us.
Relative to the two heifers on either side of her, but I love the functionality, the rib, the soundness, the fact that she's presented in the right condition. A very nice female to win that division. And then we get back to our Division 3.
Hi everybody, Victoria Lambert with the Brahman Journal, and I am super excited to be back in Houston, and especially excited to be with my friend Hillary of Elgin Breeding Service. They are one of our sponsors for our live stream. I want to invite everyone to watch and comment. We have all kinds of fun things we're doing during the live stream, and Hillary, thank you guys for being a sponsor.
Absolutely, we're always happy to do it.
And you know what? We have their team, your husband John, and then the rest of the gang back there working hard, and they are collecting bulls. That's what they do. Amongst other things, they're back home collecting bulls, and they're going to be watching live, and I think they might make a few sneak appearances with us.
Yep, they're back home. None of them got to break away to come down here to the show. So they're all excited to watch live and watch the show, the females and the bulls. And they've got everything set up to where they can watch the show live and comment and show y'all what they're doing throughout the day too.
Yeah, exactly. We have some photos that they're going to be sending, and maybe a little bit of video. Nothing X-rated though. So again, this is Elgin Breeding Service, and there's some really fun, exciting, really great giveaways and goodies. So you want to make sure you stop by their booth. So Hillary, I think it would be so cool that you guys get to watch the show and you know the bulls that have sired some of these champions because you've had them there and you've collected them.
Yep, absolutely. A lot of the bulls that'll be in the ring we've seen, and then a lot of the bulls that will be in the show ring, we've collected their sires, their grandsires, back several generations. So it's always fun to watch how those genetics play into this.
Yeah, and you know what's really, to me so amazing about this whole thing that we do is that you can freeze those embryos, you can freeze that semen, you can come back and you can look at bulls that maybe were used a while ago and now they're using them again.
Yeah, we have semen that's been frozen for 30, 40 years that's still frozen today. So not only is it frozen for a day or two, we have semen that's been frozen for decades that's still there today. That some people like to go back to and use again. So it's interesting to watch how everything plays out.
And that semen is still good, it works really well, and because they do just a tremendous job. So how long has Elgin Breeding Service been in business?
Since 1954. We've been collecting and freezing semen since 1954, and doing pretty much the semen quality hasn't changed much. The only thing we've done is increased how much semen we put in a straw, but besides that, everything has, as far as quality, has stayed the same. The only thing that's changed is technology making things a little bit easier for us.
I can say, just to clarify, she wasn't around in 1954, but this is a family business that she is part of and has been part of your whole life.
Yep.
And her whole family. So again, it's really awesome to be here back at Houston at Elgin Breeding Service. We're right across from the Brahman Journal booth, and you can get all of these really fun goodies. Besides the fact you can get information about all of their services, the collection side of it, the transportation side of it. You know, you help facilitate that. You get semen all around the world and embryos and everything that people need.
Yep, we do a lot of domestic shipping, international shipping. We do it all.
And they don't do just Brahman, though we are kind of Brahman specific here at the Brahman Journal. But you know, they do a lot of other things, and I have been out there. I can say that it is just a beautiful place to see. They've had a lot of people visiting from all over the world this last week, and I imagine that they're going to continue to have that. So if you're here in the Houston area at Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, stop by the booth, visit with my friend Hillary about all that they can do for you, and make sure you thank them, because we will be live in the arena thanks to Elgin Breeding Service.
Thanks, Vicki.
Okay. Alrighty. It looks like as long as we keep the cattle in the same order, it looks like we are going to have, just give it a minute.
Top 4 of these gray bulls high volume, heavy muscled bulls. He really appreciate that fact. The bull that we start out with is of the higher volume, heavier muscled bulls that we have on the top end of these fours. He's the bull that you appreciate his frame size, you appreciate that depth of body. Where he gets ahead of the one in second, he moves a little better off of his front end. But I like his breed character in terms of hump placement. Might like to darken his pigment just a little bit, but other than that, he's got some top shape, he's got some end shape, and nice calf. The bull we've got next, Standing Still, is by far my favorite bull in the class. However, when you ask him to get into motion, he gets a little coarser off of his front end. Not bad enough to affect me today, but that bull's got some muscle and he's got some shape, and I like his sheath. He's a nice calf. I just like to move him just a little freer off of his front end. Bull we've got next, I really like the shape this bull has down his top. He's big square topped, wants to fall off in his pins just a little bit more than the two bulls we have ahead of him. But a bull that's got some growth, he's got some smoothness to him and some muscle. I think he's got a bright future. Next bull of the top four, he's probably the shortest coupled in relation to his frame size, probably one of the lighter muscled of the four, but he's just a nice complete bull with a good enough sheath, and I think he'll do a nice job as well. Then we run into a pair of bulls right here that probably don't have the overall shape and capacity as some of the classes ahead, some in the class ahead of them. And what separates those two would probably be sheath design. But nice top end of these bulls.
And with our play.
All right, so in Class 29, our first place winner was Mr. SNS Ransom 450 over 1. That again is going to be a Satterfield Ranch entry. We had David on the stick for Satterfield because Satterfield had 2 entries in the class. So that was a Mr. SNS Mighty Mouse son out of the Miss SNS Tatum 764, which is a Maddox daughter. So again, a Mighty Mouse son out of a Maddox daughter. And in second, we had that JBR Mr. 07 over 4 son, and that was Mr. SNS Kodak 454 over 1. And Kodak is going to be out of the great JDH lady, Mithany Manso, who has done just a tremendous job for the breed. She is one of the top females for Register of Renown. She actually has some information about her in the magazine this month because our March edition has so many really great pages talking about all the Register of Renown. And again, those were both Satterfield Ranch entries. Both Satterfield Ranch entries. One, of course, was a son of Mighty Mouse. That was in first. And in second, we had the JBR Mr. 07 over 4, which was purchased from our good friend Jose Bustamante there in Mexico by the Bullseye Ranch. So thank you. Hey, Pamela, thank you for watching. We really glad you're watching. And Elmer, thanks for telling us that we're doing a great job. I really appreciate that. Let us know where you're watching from, Elmer. I think I know where. Yep, there you go, Honduras. Elmer, I am talking to Nan about bringing our team to Honduras in June because I think y'all are going to have your national show in Honduras in June. So I've been visiting with him about that. And then from Strong, Texas, we have people watching, and congratulations to Satterfield Ranch, of course, because Satterfield Ranch was just first and second in that class. I'm going to let Iran visit with you guys just a little bit, and I will be back soon. I'm hoping to be in Honduras. Maybe, Iran, do you want to be in Honduras with us?
Of course I want to be there.
Of course, Team TBJ.
We are back in front of the mics. I'm sorry. I know you are waiting to hear Miss Victoria Lambert. She's talking with some people, trying to get us everywhere this year. That will be amazing. And we want to thank our team because they are posting on the comments where can you find the bull program. Where can you find the bull program? If you see the last comment, you will see the link for it. Go there. Meanwhile, while you are there in the comments, don't forget to share in all your Facebook groups, in all your WhatsApp groups. Share the live stream with all your friends also. Share the link, share everything. Don't forget to visit also our Instagram. We are sharing almost in real life the winner classes on Instagram. Go to Instagram Brahman Journal and you will find it.
Good class of bowls and excellent calf to win. Thank you, Mr. Allen. And here's the results on our first bull.
We are watching class 30. Gray Spring Bull called from would be April 1st to April 30 from last year. I apologize in advance for my English. I'm trying to do my best while Miss Vicky comes back. And now in Spanish. Esperamos verlos a todos en los siguientes eventos que tendremos. Sé que quieren escuchar a la señora Victoria Lambert, pero estamos tratando. Ella está platicando con muchas personas para hacernos llegar a otros eventos alrededor del mundo y poder seguirles compartiendo de nuestras transmisiones. Esperemos que les esté gustando. Les dejamos en los comentarios el enlace para poder encontrar el catálogo. El enlace para poder visitar nuestra página de Facebook. Perdón, nuestra página de Instagram. Vayan a ver nuestro Instagram. Estamos publicando todas las fotos de las clases casi en tiempo real. Thank you, man. I'm trying to do my best. I know it's not great, but I appreciate the support. I think it's just good enough to make a conversation with you all in the comments. Estaremos atentos a su visita. Claro que sí, Marvin. Podamos estar allá con ustedes en un siguiente evento y poder platicar no solo en los comentarios de Facebook, sino en persona. Elmer, nos encantaría estar allá en Honduras. Esperemos que así sea y poder verles y platicar ahí. Ahora estamos en la clase 30. Becerros grises nacidos del 1 de abril al 30 de abril del 2021. Es una clase igual un poco grande, no como la pasada, pero sí bastante grande. El juez está haciendo un excelente trabajo. Les decía, vayan a visitar nuestro Instagram y mientras nos están viendo en Facebook, aprovechen compartir con todos sus grupos de Facebook, con todos sus grupos de WhatsApp. Denle like a la página, denle like a nuestro Instagram. También tenemos Twitter. We also have Twitter. I'm not sure if you know about that, but we have Twitter and we are trying to get on top on that. We haven't posted anything from Houston because we are all here busy, but we will do next week and we will have some extra information there. So follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter too. Brahman Journal on all of our social media. Visítenos en Twitter, Facebook e Instagram. Tenemos Twitter también. Estamos publicando algunas cosas por ahí. No hemos publicado nada de Houston. Lo haremos la próxima semana, igual que algún extra contenido. Y ya se redujo a los últimos 3 grupos. Vamos a escuchar un poquito de música mientras terminamos con esta clase.
I really like this calf from the time he first walked in. Calf that's moderate in his frame size, but he's got ample muscle and ample bone, and he can really get out and travel. He's long-strided, very free and easy in the way he strides. He's probably the most correct in the size and the shape of his testicles. I appreciate that. I think between this bull's soundness, I think between this bull's sheath And testicles, I think he's got a bright future ahead of him and should last as a herd sire for a long time. Just a nice, complete calf. Congratulations. Bull we've got next, a bull that's probably not quite as overall pretty as that bull up there, but a bull that's really open there in the center portion of his body. You stand behind him, he's got some rib shape to him. I like the angle to his sheath. He's very nice and clean in his joints. He's just a solid bull. It's hard to pick a hole in. Just maybe not, could be a shot longer as compared to my class winner. And the bull that we have in third, another one of those real nice complete bulls, a bull that's of the three is probably getting a little larger in his frame size than I would prefer, but a nice bull that you can't pick too many holes in. Then we've got the young man's dark colored bull over here, gives up a little performance, maybe a little style of the three ahead of him. And the young lady's bull coming next, nice bull, kind of matches the pattern in terms of bone and muscle. However, he gets a little longer in his sheath. Nice class of bulls.
Okay, I am ready to talk some more cattle. So in first place, we had the JDH entry, J.D. Hudgens Ferguson division, but J.D. Hudgens all the way. That's JDH Messiah Tradition 376/8. That's a JDH Messiah Manso son out of the JDH Lady Ramona Manso daughter, which is a Goodo Manso. I'm sorry, out of JDH Lady Ramona Manso, which is a JDH Mr. Goodo Manso daughter. Love that JDH Mr. Goodo Manso bull. Clearly does a great job in raising females as well as female producing bulls. So then, of course, and in second, congratulations and shout out to our good friends Magic Ranch. I'm thinking that probably Emily Otto is saying woohoo, good job Rafa, because Rafa showed Magic Reese's 459/1, Magic Reese's 459/1. That's going to be an Elijah son out of Miss J&M Sexada. And again, that's Magic Ranch. Magic Ranch, they are a little bit new to the breeding side of the Brahman world, but Emily Otto has been Team Brahman Journal for, I don't know, Emily, you're going to have to tell me the years. I don't know, it's crazy. She and Mandy have been with me through the thick and thin of it. I have just an amazing team. So Emily's family has gotten really involved in the breeding end of the Brahman world, Magic Ranch, Land and Cattle. They're really well known for everything that they've done. Whoops, we had a camera issue there. There we go. So they have done just a tremendous job in their breeding program. We, I think, took photos yesterday over there, Emily, because you guys had a bunch of banners from that all breed sale. Maybe Emily could jump on and let us know what you guys won in that all breed sale. I think you had like high scanning bull maybe, and then you also had like the open Brahman pen, or since 2006. Emily Otto has been with me since 2006. So wow, Emily, oh my God, you were just a baby though, yeah. So Emily, let us know, what did Magic Ranch win over at the all breed sale? You guys got some trophies, you got some banners, just tremendous. And Emily, I'm sitting here looking at this photo of your bull in the arena, and I can tell you they knocked it out of the park on this photo, but it is a beautiful bull. So don't forget, everybody, join us on our Instagram page. Go to our Instagram page, go and love some of those photos. Show these girls that are in the arena working so hard your love by watching by going and seeing their photos on Instagram. I'm getting the photos in real time. Maciel in Nicaragua, Team Brahman Journal, she's pulling them all together. Okay, so this is what Magic Ranch won. Magic Ranch had the high grading Brahman bull and champion Brahman heifer pen at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo all breed sale. And don't forget, you can go see all of our champions and class winners real time on our Instagram page. Tomorrow we'll be cross-posting into our Facebook, so you can certainly find all of those great photos, so many great photos, and then you can share them, share, like, we really appreciate it. So again, those are going up in real time, so that is so cool. So right now we are in class, are we in class 31, Iran? Yep, we are in class 31. Iran is keeping me straight and organized. And for you that are watching the show in the barn, if you want to pass the word around, if you've won a class or you just have had a fun time here at Houston and you want to come visit with me, we won't be on camera, but you can sure come visit with me and tell me how you felt about being on the Green Shavings, being back in Houston. We would love a few more people visiting with us. So yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Mandy. So Mandy, go Vicky, go Ron. Mandy, what year did you start with Team Brahman Journal? I know it's like, I know. I had to ask Emily. Emily told me. So Mandy, I know you were just a baby. So, I mean, like, it was a long time ago. I think it might have even been, was it 2007? Mandy's good about that kind of thing. She always can knows like the years and stuff.
I was joking a little bit, Mandy, because you mentioned it. She was with you forever.
Mandy's been with us forever. Exactly.
I was joking her that
Oh yeah, was she? The end of 2007. Okay. Wow. Hey, go ahead, Larry. Let's put up that information from Larry. The last class had over 80 years of experience on the stick, showing that first and second place in class. That is so awesome. And back to Mandy. Let's go talking to Mandy. So Mandy, Team Brahman Journal since the end of 2007, and now we have our youngest Team Brahman Journal member, HB. HB is answering the phones. For those of you who have been reaching out to Mandy and you've been helping her with her ads and everything, I'm sure y'all had a little chit chat with HB because he's getting kind of vocal and he is liking the phone. Yep, he is absolutely liking the phone. So yep, so very good. So and Alberto, thanks for watching with us. We really appreciate it. It's just everybody let us know where you're watching from, and if you have a Brahman show coming up in your country and they would like to bring Team Brahman Journal there, we are ready to rock and roll. So Ron, how long have you been working with Team Brahman Journal?
Since the end of 2016.
The end of 2016.
10 years after Mandy.
10 years after Emily. Lord.
Emily, yeah.
Oh my gosh. And guys, this is the 50th anniversary of the Brahman Journal. 50th anniversary, not my 50th anniversary with the Brahman Journal. I don't think I could have owned it that long. That is good. HB likes to put Mandy's phone on that airplane mode. Great. And so this is 50 years Brahman Journal, 50 years. I personally have been doing this for 20 years for the Brahman breed. Loving it, absolutely loving it. Really excited to be here at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. Looking forward to all of the events we're going to be. Okay, all right. Iran, no, you guys were just, you weren't even out of high school yet, Mandy, when you and Emily came to work for me, right? Right, that'll you go. When you guys joined the team, because we don't actually work for anybody. We work for the Brahman breed, but we all work together because it is all Team Brahman Journal. I absolutely could not do this without the amazing, amazing team I have. Absolutely. So let's see what we're doing. It looks like we have 788 right now so far. I think we're taking another lap. 788 is up there at the top. Then we have the Walters Livestock. And then we have, let's see who we're having second. Now, you know what we need to do, Ron, which we haven't done, is we need to thank our sponsors just a little bit. Absolutely. Did you? You are awesome. Then we have the Bullseye Ranch entry there in that third hole right now so far. Alrighty, let's see who we have left in this class. The top four. We have the top four that he is walking again. Yeah, I'm the numero uno head honcho. Thank you so much. This is the 60th anniversary of Ken Ramsey Brahman's family breeding program cattle. That breeding Brahman cattle, that is absolutely awesome. Thank you, Reggie, for joining in and letting us know that. Did you ever make it here? Are you still in Cat Spring today? And this is what, the 90th year for Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. So Bullseye Ranch is going up to the top, it looks like, I believe. 34-22. So this is 3-4-2-2. 3-4-2-2.
Second division, and two good bulls that both have some
There in the top, let's see. It looked like it had a Bullseye Ranch brand. Let's see what I can find on that. Yep, it is. Bullseye Ranch goes to the top with their Mr. BE Bullet. I'm sorry, with their Mr. BER Bullet 820. That is going to be a Trump Son. That's a Trump Son, Mr. BER 4327. Everybody knows Trump. Trump was two-time Show Bull of the Year. He has done just a... Oh, thank you, Gerardo. And Gerardo is here. He's from Costa Rica. So thank you so much for being here and watching with us. Thank you, thank you. And Reggie was driving in now. So, yep, glad to see you. That is great. And then in second place, it looks like we have a Walters Livestock. So Walters Livestock, it looks like, is in second place. Do we have the number on second place? Has anybody sent that to us yet? Let's see. We might only have one Walters Livestock. Is it 1330? I bet it is. Because it looks like that's the only Walters Livestock entry right now. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay, guys, so in second place, thank you very much. That's who, as of this moment, unless the judge, Brandon Cottrell, changes his mind, we are going to go to Mr. BER Bullet is going to be first with, and he is a Trump son. Trump, of course, was two-time Show Bull of the Year. And then he is out of SRS Miss Bella, which is a
I'm going to start the
noble.
class off with the
Here we go.
big spot. Here, of course, I'd like to change his color just a little bit in terms of his spot, but he's the bull that combines style with power and soundness and a good sheath. I like that he's got a real nice hump sitting directly over the top of his shoulders, but if I had to change him a little bit, fix those spots, maybe tone him down in his frame size a little bit, but boy, he's really open and expansive there in the center portion of his body. The bull we've got next is easily the longest, easiest reaching bull, and you set him into motion. I really appreciate the soundness that this bull brings to us. He's got some length of body, probably just doesn't have the overall style and power of the class winner, but a nice calf that I think have some longevity to him. Then we've got a big square-made bull coming here in third that's got some depth of body to him, probably not quite as smooth as some of the bulls ahead of him. I would like to see him. He's probably just being a little lazy today, but I'd like to see him get out and travel just to see how well he really travels. But I do like the depth of body and capacity with the addition of bone and muscle that bull brings to us. I like that. Bull we've got next, I think he's a nice bull. I love his moderation of frame. I like his strength of top. He gets a little shorter strided when we see him travel off those hind two legs. The bull coming next, to get any higher in this class, we're going to have to pull him apart and make him a little bolder and wider constructed to go any higher today. Same thing with the bull that we've got coming next, just not quite as smooth.
And we thank you for the overview here in the placings in Class 30.
Okay, so thank you. And we have Sam Sparks. Sam Sparks, those of you, I'm sure you know, Sam Sparks is one of the owners of Noble, along with, of course, Rachel and Brandon Cottrell and John Coleman Locke. So that was that first place, which is the Mr. BER Bullet that we were just talking about. We'll go back to Sam's. So, okay, let's start over. I'm going to drive. So the BER Bullet Bull, which was first, is a Trump, which again we were talking about how he has been Show Bull of the Year 2 times in a row. That's the Bullseye Ranch Trump Bull. And that bull that just showed that won that class was out of one of Sam Sparks' Noble daughters. And then in second, of course, we had the Walters Jerome. Walters Jerome is going to be a Mr. H. Breaker Manso. So shout out, of course, to our Heritage Cattle, who have been a sponsor here at our event. So Heritage Cattle is one of the reasons why we're here in the arena, along, of course, with Little Pecan Cattle, and then Elgin Breeding Service, and the Miami show. So we're going to show you some of these sponsors as we have these cattle walking in. So we're going to show you some of these sponsors. So again, Heritage Cattle Company, they had a tremendous show yesterday. They were champion, grand champion, and reserve grand champion in that gray female division. So super exciting for them. And then another sponsor is our Miami show. Our Miami show is the Miami International Show. We had the Senator Soto here visiting with us and talking about it, as well as Kelvin Moreno. Kelvin let us know that they have extended those entries for the show. So if you are not entered in the show, you can certainly get entered. Then, of course, there is that sale on April 8th, the Magic City sale. And so they're one of our sponsors. And again, we want to thank Little Pecan. Little Pecan, they have some beautiful cattle. They had a beautiful cow-calf pair that did well yesterday. And then, of course, they have some bulls showing today, and that's going to be the McCall family showing for Little Pecan. So make sure you stop by and visit with them. And then Elgin Breeding Service. Elgin Breeding Service, I know the guys are back hard at work, really, really hard at work. Collecting bulls. They sent us some photos of them. They're giving a shout out and telling everybody good luck. They love coming to Houston because they get to see all these great, tremendous bulls that have been produced by a lot of the bulls that they're collecting. So that is always really, really exciting for them to see the fruits of their labor, so to speak. So this is a really big gray class, lots of great cattle, and we're really excited, as I said, to be here in Houston on the green shavings. So yeah, we'll go ahead and talk a little bit, let that Miami International, maybe we could do it in that small screen-in-screen. What do you think? No, the smaller screen-in-screen that we were using. We'll give that a whirl here in just a minute. So let's kind of get that maybe set up and see how that works, if that'll work well for us. Let's see. Sound?
Hi everybody, Victoria Lambert here with the Brahman Journal, and I was able to wrangle up some of my guys from Florida, and now Kelvin's from Texas too. But this is Senator Soto from Florida on my right, and I have Kelvin on my left, and they are deeply, deeply involved in the Miami International Show. So Senator, we would like you to give us a little shout out and to all to come to the show.
Everyone is invited. Everyone can come. The entrance is free. You can bring friends. You can bring, of course, we are very generous with the premiums, the things that Kelvin Moreno will talk about that. Miami is kind of a city where everyone is invited to come into this place. It's the capital of Central America, South America, the Caribbean, capital of Latin America. Everyone is welcome. We always want to show you all the best we have in Miami, probably the best food of the area.
I agree, absolutely. It's amazing.
Best shows. We have all kinds of things in Miami. Everyone's invited.
Lots to do there.
Come and visit, and you'll be happy.
You will, absolutely. Kelvin, tell us a little bit about the show. So I know it is from April 8th through the 10th, and it has a really great schedule. And Kelvin is the manager of the show. There's also a sale that's involved. Give us a little information.
Yeah, Vicki, we're excited, like the senator said, we're excited to this has been, like you were saying earlier, a big passion of the senator to bring this kind of quality event to Miami-Dade and welcome everyone. And what we're doing this year with the cattle show is we've added several new breeds to bring that as a new thing. This is our 15-year anniversary of this event. So 15 years ago, the senator had the idea that we could do something like this, and we sat around a table and we put together the very first cattle show. And coincidentally, we're standing here in Houston across the ways from Mr. Steamer Swanner, who was the first judge that judged the first Miami International Cattle Show when we had it for the Brahman show. And it started mostly as a Brahman, Brangus, and ear type cattle, and now it has grown into we've got Angus, we've got Simmental, we've got dairy cattle, We pay amazing premiums.
They do, absolutely.
For our exhibitors, the premiums are great. We're also going to be offering our first-time exhibitors and the ones that travel from afar a small gas stipend to help them with their gas to come to Miami. Because you know the first thing you hear from cattle people is it's really far, it's a long drive. So we want to work with people. The entry deadline has been extended until the following Friday. I know that you did some posts about that until March 11th on the Brahman Journal Facebook.
Right.
Link.
Yep. And on our Brahman events site, it's all on our Brahman events site, so you can go there. All the links are there. So just go to BrahmanEvent.com. Look for those dates in April. All that information's there too, Kelvin.
And we also, I know we also send it, but if anybody needs information, help booking a hotel room or getting around in Miami, our international friends, I'm going to switch over to Spanish. Queremos darle una invitación a todos nuestros amigos internacionales. Si quieren venir a la feria en Miami, estamos aquí con el senador Soto, que es comisionado de esa área, y la feria es abril 8 al 11, y los invitamos. Si necesitan una carta de invitación de parte de la feria, con mucho gusto se las hacemos llegar. Si necesitan ayuda con los hoteles, la transportación, nos dejan saber. Victoria Lambert con el Brahman Journal ha hecho muy buen trabajo ayudándonos a promocionar el evento, y todo sobre el evento y el schedule del evento está en la página del Brahman Journal.
Con mucho gusto, Vicky. Vicky es una gran persona que nos ayuda mucho con el Brahman Journal y con todas tus actividades. Todo el mundo de América Latina y del mundo están invitados. Miami es un lugar muy especial en el mundo, donde la gente sale contenta, sale feliz. Es fácil llegar, tiene un aeropuerto muy rápido, muy eficiente, y van a estar contentos en venir a Miami. Vengan a Miami, pásenlo con nosotros, lo van a pasar bien. Gracias.
Absolutely. You've got to come to Miami. Show, great hosts, wonderful city, very welcoming. I can't say enough, and thank you guys enough. So when you get to see the Brahman show tomorrow and the next day live streaming, it's because of guys like this that have been so supportive of us and help us get here and get to be able to show you the entire world this Brahman show. So make sure you come to Miami. We're really looking forward to seeing you there. It is one of my favorite shows. I'm working hard to get there. I'm having to hop, skip, and jump to get there, but I will absolutely be there. So come join us in Miami.
We'll see you in Miami.
Okay, so that was a little video we did the other day with the senator and with Kelvin. And so we're going to catch up with some of our comments here. So let's see what we got going on. Yep, there we go. Hey, Tyler Cohen, thank you so much for saying we're doing a great job. I really appreciate it. Please let the American Brahman Breeders Association know how much you appreciate us. And maybe Houston will let us come do this again next year. And hello to you too. We have people watching from all over the world. So he is watching from Vietnam, so that's super exciting. And then of course we have Julio. Thank you guys so much. I will be in Panama, Julio, very soon, so I'm excited about that. I'll be in David at the National Brahman Show. And Tyler, I personally am going to find Mr. Kelvin Moreno and ask him if Mississippi guys qualify for that gas money to go to the Miami International Show. So again, don't forget, all the class winners and champions are going up real time on our Instagram page. So the Brahman Journal Instagram page has just knocked it out of the park. You guys got to go look at some of those photos. We have fun photos. We have everything. And I am here right now with Barry Smith. This is pretty exciting. Barry Smith was just elected the president of the ABBA. So I'm going to kind of move over here just a little bit while we watch this bull class. So Barry, you are now the president of the ABBA. What are you thinking?
I think it's great.
I think it's wonderful. I think it's awesome.
Looking forward to a good year and everything coming. We have a lot of big things in store.
Okay.
Think about building a new building for the association. Get ready for the World Brahman Congress. So
Awesome. Awesome.
A lot of big things.
That is great. So Barry Smith is one half of that Bullseye Ranch team. Actually, Not even one half, because really it's a family affair. So Bullseye Ranch, they're here in the building. Of course, we can't say enough about those Trump offspring. Trump has done a tremendous job, and Barry is very proud to have bred Trump. He is a 2-time Show Bull of the Year. Of course, Barry Smith and Charlotte Smith and Derek Smith, and I mean your whole family, but y'all have traveled extensively around the world and really have gone a lot, and I guess you'll be going some more.
Oh yeah, we're going to try to make as many events as we can make this year.
All
so
right.
We plan to see everybody.
Okay, well, we will be there with Barry Smith, the new American Brahman Breeders Association president. You stop by his booth space. He is going to be over on one of those first aisles, I think like 2 aisles behind like the Brahman Journal.
That's great.
And down a little bit towards that center aisleway. You guys go by, visit with Bullseye Ranch, see some of the cattle that they have showing here. They just had a class win, and they've had some other wins, and it's just been a great show all the way around. We're really glad to be back on the green shavings in Houston, and with our new ABBA president, Barry Smith of Bullseye Ranch.
Looking forward to seeing everybody.
All right, looking forward to it. Let's go listen to just a little music and see what the judge is thinking.
Two of the sounder moving bulls that we've seen in this group. Not only that, but they've got a lot of good in them. The bull I'm going to start off with, I'm going to use him because there's just a little bit more of him. He's heavier muscled. He's a little more expansive there in the center portion of his body, a little more open there in his rib. You know, in relation to his frame size, he could be just a hair longer, but he's got some growth and performance while maintaining a nice sheath and easy moving. The bull we've got coming in second is the real eye-appealing bull. If you step off to it from the side of him, he's really nicely balanced. He's very attractive on the side in terms of just the way he stands there and profiles. I love his sheath, and he can really travel. Just doesn't quite have the overall power as the bull I'm going to start out with. Bull we've got next is a bull with a nice top, and he's real attractive, but he needs to have more depth of body to be any higher, but a nice sheath. Then we've got the growthy kind of bull coming next, a bull that just gets a little too long in his sheath for my taste.
Right, so in first place in that last class, which was class 32, that's going to be our gray early junior bull calves calved in January 1st through February 28th. This is going to be our last class of the calf division. So this was our last gray calf division, and it looks like we're going to have some sort of a presentation coming up here shortly. I'm kind of guessing maybe, or maybe not. But anyway, first place was Mr. JH 19 over 1. That's going to be bred by JH Ranch, owned by JH Ranch, and shown by Ken Ramsey Brahmans. That's going to be a noble son. That's that Mr. V8 458 over 7, out of Southern Miss 20 over 17. Again, that was Mr. JH 19 over 1. He was first. And in second place, we're going to have had, got to flip my page, guys, big class, Mr. WJ Kodak 155 over 1. That's going to be a Mr. SG Apollo son. I think everybody knows SG Apollo, really great bull. And that was exhibited by Alyssa Beers. The breeder was Rylan Izzard, and owned by Gilbert Tucker. So congratulations to the Mr. W.J. Kodak bull. That's a Mr. SG Apollo son out of Miss W.J. Demi. So congratulations, and now we're moving into the red championship drive here. Let me flip my pages and I will get you some information.
Ninth place to 788 London Yakka Cattle Company, showing for 4F cattle out of Lynn, Texas. And
Okay, coming in that first place in that first class for the Red Calf Championship consideration is going to be Mr. CB Buddy. That is going to be shown by Bendy Cattle. In second, we had the Walters Livestock, Mr. CB Rocky Son Walters Miles. In the second class, we had the Watkins Cattle Company, that's Stuart Watkins on the stick. That is going to be a Mr. H. Oxford Rojo son out of a WCC female. In second in that class, we had the CT Mr. HD Rhino. That is a J&L Cattle Services shown animal. In the next class, we had the DB Southern Style. That's going to be a DB Lincoln son. That is shown and exhibited by Dietering Red Brahmans. And then in second, we had the Tyler Mr. Iman. That is going to be a CCPR Iman son. That is going to be a Marshall Wood and Kenneth Tyler owned animal. Then in that next class, class 31, we went to the Satterfield Ranch entry. We went to the Satterfield Ranch entry, which is going to be Mr. SNS Frisco. That is a Maximus son. And in second, we had that DB Southern Style 1 over 895. That again is going to be a Mr. J.S. Rouge son and shown by Dietering Red Brahmans. That last class, the very oldest animals in this red division drive, that is going to be Mr. CBR Ozzy. That's Jennifer Parker on the stick. We talked to her mother just a little while ago. That was Collins Brahman Ranch. Actually, it says owned by Rodriguez Cattle Services and Casa Ray Ranch. So I think maybe they purchased him, but Jennifer Collins, they raised him, and he is they're on the stick with him. And then in second, we had the Mr. Reddy Tex, which is going to be a Winchester son out of that CT Lady Adelaida. That is going to be an East Texas Ranch entry, and I believe we had Brandy Barnes on the stick.
Ladies and gentlemen, over on our American Red Brangus show, our Premier Exhibitor Award is going to go to entry number 66. That's Brett King, your owner in Lockasine, Louisiana. Congratulations, Brett. Ladies and gentlemen, please give him a big round of applause.
And so while we're waiting, oh wait, here comes the judge. Here
For our
comes the
calf
explanation.
champion Red Bull, kind of looking for the bull, just kind of gets us the most function, and then once we've got the most function, get the most power within that, and I think that's going to be our oldest class right here. He's going to be our calf champion.
And ladies and gentlemen, take
Hey,
calf
so
division honors as
congratulations.
entry 1800.
Congratulations to Mr. CBR Aussie. That's going to be Jennifer Parker. And I think that this bull is probably owned. Jennifer, so y'all don't own that bull anymore. So they own the bull. Yep. Congratulations. Congratulations. Make sure. So again, that bull was owned by Rodriguez Cattle Services. Let's go to what the judge has to say.
The most closely follows him in that function, and while maintaining some muscle and some grow in him is going to be the young lady's bull right here in front of me. You'll be reserved. Congratulations.
And
Hey, and they went to this Satterfield. The Satterfield entry is going to be the reserve calf champion. Reserve calf champion is going to be the reserve calf championship. So congratulations, congratulations, guys.
For our gray calf division.
Okay, now we're going to be coming in with the gray calves. The gray calves are coming in next. Gray calves coming in next. Yes. And we'll listen to a little music now.
Finding the most good things, functionality, length of body, eye appeal, with having adequate bone and putting it together in a moderate package. Right here in the center is going to be our calf champion bull. Congratulations.
Okay, so we have a champion. We have a champion, and that is going to be in Class 30. We had the J.D. Hudgens entry. The J.D. Hudgens entry, that's going to be JDH Messiah Tradition. That's a Messiah Manso son out of the JDH Lady Ramona. So congratulations. And so Magic Ranch is moving into for reserve consideration.
Get the best bull. I think I'm going to have to jump type a little bit from my calf champion. The next best bull in my mind is the spotted bull right here in front of me. Congratulations.
All right. And the from
Reserve calf
Bullseye.
champion is going to be Bullseye Ranch. Bullseye Ranch is reserve calf champion, so congratulations to them. We're going to do a little catching up of, we got the camera going crazy, there we go. We're going to get a little caught up here on some stuff. We're going to listen to some music, and then we'll get back and thank you to all our other... What?
784 calf champion.
I'll be back in just a moment. Let's go to some music. Okay, so I came back. We're going to have to stop and come back so we can go to our next division. So Tyler Cohen, yes, you do qualify for some gas money, so get with Kelvin. And then, of course, Ferguson Cattle Company, thank you guys so much for saying. So I'll read this comment. They're telling us what a great job. Not sure everyone realizes just what all it takes to have the different views from the arena, posting what classes they're on, not to mention all in 2 different languages. Kudos to me and my amazing staff. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then watching from Colombia, Bucaramanga, we will definitely try to be there. We're trying to work out the logistics with Andreas, so thank you so much. And then Costa Rica, we are so glad that you're watching. Genetic, oh, actually, you are here, Genetic Costa Rica. So thank you, Kisham, for being here. Yes, this is, yeah, okay, great. And then, of course, let's talk about our gray champions. So we'll just run through really, really quick. Our red calf champion was the Mr. CBR Aussie. Our reserve red calf champion was Mr. SNS Frisco. Our gray calf champion was JDH Messiah Tradition, and our reserve gray calf champion was Mr. BER Bullet. So you guys need to go see our Facebook page, watch that, watch us live, and then also check us out on Instagram. We're gone, and we'll be right back with the intermediate.